become privileges for some. Thus, all citizens must have equal right to freedom of speech. They must all have equal rights to due process. They must all have equal rights to freedom of association. They must all have equal rights of disposal of their property, in example, their income. Another point must be grasped here. If one is to understand what is happening in the modern world, and that rights and privileges cannot coexist in the same society. They are not only opposites, but opposites in the sense of that privileges will destroy the concept of rights whenever they are mixed in a political system. For example, nature of the material reality surrounding us is that it is made up of numerous entities composed of opposite existential structures that cannot commingle and still refrain their specific existences. This is to say, if they are mixed, one of the opposites will dominate and others and destroy. For an example, locusts destroy wheat when mixed. The same goes for acid and silver, mold and bread, tornadoes and towns, fires and forests. This reality exists not only materially but spiritually. In other words, the intellectual realm is subject to the same operating principle for their fundamental opposites that cannot be mixed without one destroying the other. Rights and privileges are an example. They are philosophical opposites. Whenever a privilege is granted by the government to someone or a group, a right has to be destroyed in the process. If thousands of privileges are granted, and thousands of rights must be destroyed. This is the nature of our modern day political sense. Large numbers of people are demanding special privileges from the government and in the process of destroying the legitimate rights of their fellow men. Every time someone votes for government to provide a subsidy or a tax break or price support or a monopoly or an injection of fiat money, he is asking for special privilege, and the process is destroying equal rights. One of the equality of our rights is destroyed, then our rights themselves no longer exist. Once our rights no longer exist, then a prevailing society has evolved into a dictatorship. Mutual exclusivity. In conclusion, rights and privileges cannot be mixed. This is the law of mutual exclusivity. A just, a stable, a free society cannot provide special privileges for some of its citizens and remain just, stable, and free. The curse of modern day societies is that their governing authorities believe they can circumvent this truth. What this means, this is a society must be based upon equal rights and must be based upon special privileges, but it cannot be based upon both. The latter consumes the former. Just as wheat as locusts cannot coexist in the same field, neither can rights and privileges coexist in the same society. Just as locusts will eventually spread throughout the entire field, destroy the wheat and its life-giving nutrients, so also will government-conveyed privileges throughout the entire society to destroy the concept of rights, and with it the life-giving values of justice, freedom, and stability. This is why we have an insufferable locust horde of factions, coalitions, foundations, corporations, banks, and divergent individuals today who feel their need justifies their lining up at the government trough to lobby for the corrupt favors, handouts, and pork have flowed so overwhelmingly from Washington in the past 100 years. Once we step beyond minimal Lockean government so as to allow government to violate individual rights, to convey special privileges to others, and accept this moral legitimate, and there is no end to process. Tyranny must follow. Government should not be in business of conveying privileges and favors to anyone, period. It should protect rights and do for us those few things we cannot do for ourselves in a free market, and these few services should be done on a state and local level. This is what the Lockean idea that the founders envisioned. This is only morally just form of government. It was not meant just for the 19th century. It was meant all the time. Yeah, that was a real good article by Mr. Hutberg. Can't make any complaints about this whatsoever. Always gotta look at rights and privileges. And I will put all this up. I will put this on my Spreaker page also. And that's all I have to say. It's very good. Can't make any arguments about this. Everything, main idea is too, everything we have is freedom of choice. That's what our rights are. When it becomes privileges, like licensing, like if you want to hold, like good example, license to carry, they call it right to carry. No, it's a privilege. I say that for a long time. It's just an example. Even if they drive is a privilege, or going on an airplane is a privilege, or travel is a privilege. No, travel is a right. And when you have governments getting involved with their bureaucratic propaganda, it hurts it. It becomes mercantilism to an extent too. And let the free market roam. I don't mean the monopolistic point of view. A lot of folks think about capitalism as all wicked and evil. No. I can say this about these tyrannical corporations. They hate the free enterprise, period. They don't want to see the little guy and entrepreneurs do well. They want us to squash them like ants. But on the contrary, this whole article is good, and I will proceed to the next one. This is from Project Censored, and it's entitled, Canada Caught Spying on Brazil, the latest in electronic espionage. With information released by Edward Snowden, Canada can be added to the list of countries recently caught spying electronically on several ministries of Brazil, most notably the Ministry of Mining and Energy. Communication Security Establishment of Canada, CSEC, has been spying on the Brazilian government for years. CESC developed its programs named Olympia, which was able to track phones, calls, emails, video conferences made by Brazilian officials and politicians within the Ministry of Mine and Energy, which is MME. These confounded pop-ups. Get out of there. Stop. There. CESC, which closely works with the United States National Security Administration, has justified widespread internet surveillance on the ground of national security, however, calling Camilo cause. Canada's spying of Brazil has nothing to do with security of citizens and is most blatant examples of the state using this security apparatus to further corporate interests. For an example, although she denied any knowledge of CESC's alleged spying in Brazil, Al Wilkinson, an executive at Colossus Minerals Inc., a Canadian mining firm active in Brazil, said mining companies need their governments from time to time to navigate challenges we get. More than ever before, Canada has rights. Canada firms depend upon the Canadian state to defend their investments in the ex-colonial world, especially from local populations that are sick and tired of seeing wealth of their countries escape to bank coffers in New York, London, Berlin, or Toronto. Yeah, this is some source here. This is pretty archival, which is yes, Canada, Brazil Spygate scandal, imperialism gets caught red-handed. Yes, November 5th, 2013, Marxist.com to be exact. Yeah, you know how that goes. This more little cloak and dagger adventure. Spy versus spy. Yeah, it's like, reminds me of the Mag magazine. Who's gonna get caught? Yep. The United States gets caught, Israelis get caught, Russians get caught, Iranians get caught, Cubans get caught, Canadians get caught, Brazilians get caught. Everyone wants to rule the world, I guess, in their own fashion. Doesn't matter what political spectrum you are, who you work for. It's totally ridiculous, the whole information craze. I just gotta throw it in there because it's pretty neat. Alright, I'm gonna go for one more here. This is from RT. Always observe responsibly. Cupid drone to shock the world with an 80-volt stun gun. Texas Film has revealed an app-controlled security drone that can zap intruders with an 80,000-volt taser dart, but human operators will have sanctions to attack any attack for now. Web firm Chaotic Moon Studios has created a drone that used taser instead of missiles in what could be a policeman's best news friend in battle against crime. It's called Cupid, but it's unlike its name, it could turn out as quiet as a deadly piece of kit. The name stands for Chaotic Unmanned Personal Intercept Drone. Can fire a dart packed with 80,000 volts in an unwanted intruder or criminal on the run. In a video released on Saturday, Cupid fires a dart at an intern who is brought instantly to the ground. Medical staff rushes to his assistance before the video cuts out. Cupid was revealed at the SXSW, which is South and Southwest Conference Interactive Festival in Austin, Texas, as a concept how security might be implemented in the future. The drone can be deployed when an alarm is triggered. It can find a subject and send a live video to the owner's phone and ask if you want to authorize the subject or detain him. If you detain them, it drops into a fully autonomous mode to detain them until police arrives. If need the stunning with them with 80,000 volts of electricity to render them incapacitated, the firm said in a statement. The firm said the drone will shock the world, although it wasn't clear whether they were being ironic. He also planned to bring out pepper spray version in the near future. Chaotic Moon is also developing an EMP drone to knock spying paparazzi drones out of the sky. The EMP drone would fly within about 2 meters of the intruding drone and blast its electronics in an electromagnetic pulse that will mess up their offending drone's electronics and knock out of the sky. Good grief. Yep. Taser drones, I would say. And when this gets hyped up, I'm expecting people gonna be murdered or killed. Intruders or suspects, whatever, get killed by these gadgets. Something to think about, my friends. And I wouldn't be surprised if someone's going to expect this to get countered. Like I have to counter these drones to really get them malfunctioned and self-destruct, allegedly. Because every high gadget has a flaw. Expect that. I personally don't like it. It has its cons too. Pros and cons of these things. So it would be like the new deadly taser, I would say. And definitely hit their websites. I say check out Chaotic Moon Studios, and it's not that cool in my opinion. Like I said, the flaw of it all. It can really injure serious people. 80,000 volts. You can really hurt someone with that. Hey, I'm a stagehand. I tie in power. Something you don't joke about. So I will post these on my Spreaker page as soon as possible. And that's really it for now. And I thank you for listening. You can hit me on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, and YouTube. Give me your reviews, thumbs up, thumbs down, middle fingers, love me, hate me, plus send me more information. All discussions are welcome. And thanks for listening. As always, demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate societies. Take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love. and may your guardian spirits be with you.